We've finished painting and now we're working on the floors. Today is flooring day. So I'll talk to you while I'm putting plastic over the store. We're going to be painting the bedroom's floor and then the hallway floor. And then we have a different flooring for the bathroom. And then this floor, the kitchen floor, is actually hardwood. So we're going to try and restore it and have it look beautiful, hopefully. So that's the last thing that needs to happen before we can move in. So getting it all prepped and ready to attack this floor because it is probably going to be a challenge. Looks like it has many layers of paint. We made a mess of it during drywall, which hindsight, we probably should have put that paper stuff over. It would save us a lot of time, but you live and you learn. We did not think ahead as to what needs to happen as for floor prep, so bummer, but also that's just the way it goes. Airflow for a bit, but that door's ready. We started by cleaning the floors in the bedrooms, the pantry, and the hallway. Then we'll move on to stripping paint and stain in the kitchen using a power wheel from Harbor Freight. And this was more like a divide and conquer type of day. I mainly stuck in the bedrooms and in the hallway and the pantry, cleaning the floors and getting them ready to be painted, while Tyler man-powered the power wheel in the kitchen to get that all ready for clear coat. Now the biggest question mark for this day was the kitchen. We originally wanted to use professional refinishing tools, but everything in our area was rented out, so we decided to go the budget-friendly route and try this Harbor Freight power wheel instead. And overall it worked really well, but it required some serious manpower. My husband powered through most of it, but by the end of the day he was wiped. I jumped in for the little last stretch, and let me tell you, it took a lot of downward force, but overall it worked pretty well. This was by far the messiest project of this home renovation. I didn't snap a picture of myself after, but I really should have. My hair looked gray from all of the debris. Honestly, it was like 10 times worse than our ceiling insulation demo days, but despite the mess, we got it done in one day, and that felt like a huge win. Here's my little closet trial run of painting the floors, and it went so quick. We would have to come back next day and start painting. I feel like there's always controversy when it comes to painting flooring, especially like wood flooring. But we knew that refinishing these floors would just take more time and effort than we were willing to give them. So we decided to go with paint. I am a little disappointed that it's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. So if I were to paint these floors again, I would do it probably a shade darker. I think this is Accessible Beige by Sherwin-Williams. And I just would have loved a little bit more contrast than it gives in person, but overall painting floors is like the easiest thing in the world. The process is fairly simple as well. You just need to make sure that you start with a clean floor. So we wet sponged. The hard part for us was we don't have running water up here yet, so I had to bucket fill water. I think if you had a full mop bucket, it would have gone a lot quicker, but I did the best I could with my sponge and my bucket of water. You'll see that there are some gummy spots that I used a scraper with. That was where we had big mud spots from drywall. And they do come off with just water, but sometimes I felt like it was necessary to use a scraper. It just cut down on the amount of water I needed. Now that the kitchen floors were cleaned and swept for like the millionth time and mopped, we were able to seal it with this clear coat. I don't know, Tyler talked to the guy at our local Sherwin-Williams and this is what he recommended. I think Tyler did 3 coats and it turned out great. The only bummer being that it needed a week to cure. Now, I've worked with a few different types of flooring before, like luxury vinyl plank in our previous laundry room and the upstairs of our split level home, and this same vinyl sheet in our $2,000 budget kitchen remodel that is up on the channel. Now, when it comes to my process when I'm installing sheet vinyl is I start in one corner and then work my way around a room until it kind of fits perfectly. I don't know if I have many tips other than that. I just go slow. Sometimes I use a tape measure, sometimes I just eyeball it. When it comes to installing sheet vinyl, it's really quite simple. I use like a guess and check method. I will use a Sharpie and a tape measure, but you can just cut it with a utility knife. That's why it's so easy to install. I just cut it right along the drywall and I get a perfect fit almost every time. I mean, it doesn't have to be right up to the drywall. You can leave a little bit of that would be an overhang, not an overhang. I cut it pretty exact to where it's going to be. And then you can see that it's really quite snug. So I am working in the corner of the bathroom where the tape measure is where the toilet will be. So I've finished one corner and now I'm working on fitting the other. So I want it to be really tight around this corner. So you can see I left a tiny bit extra that I'm just going to cut off now. Now I'm just cutting right along the edge of the drywall, and once I get to the corner, it'll be really easy to make it fit almost perfectly. See how it just kind of falls right into place? It's so easy to install. I have a cold, so I sound horrible, but I'm kind of the perfectionist when it comes to flooring. So, like, anytime there is, like, flooring that needs to be, like, I'm a girl. And so that's what we're doing with this bathroom flooring. I pre-cut the sheet vinyl And now we're putting an underlayment, but since I already pre-cut it, I just have to trace the outline and hopefully she fits perfectly. Now when I do any project, I don't ever waste anything, so Tyler is just cutting the rest of the underlayment to fit under this little alcove closet situation. Saved us $44, baby.
Get $44 back.
Tyler thought we needed more than one sheet, but we only used one. If you've been following this series, you know how much work has gone into this home. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our final transformation. And if you're enjoying these renovation updates, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Let me know in the comments if you have tackled a DIY flooring project. If you've done multiple, what was your favorite? If you did one that you hated, please let me know. So with the floors officially done, we are so close to moving in. I will also say, once we got this bathroom flooring installed and complete, we were able to hook up our toilet finally. After months of not having a toilet, it felt like a major win in this renovation project. So this is the honorary first flush. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.